Good morning, everybody. Day number 23. Headed into Newfound Gap. I've been hiking through some of the most spectacular, actually the most spectacular forest I've ever seen in my life to date. I just can't get over how beautiful it is out here. I think I'm starting to come out to the edge of it right now. Still a little slow going here this morning, although everything looks pretty clear right now. I haven't been filming much in the icy and the snow areas because you just don't know where when you're gonna slip and fall and break a hip or something like that. But seeing all the elements here the past 2 days. So pink sky in the morning, sailor take warning. Forecast is calling for some rain on the way, which we're in the Smokies. That's what it's all about. Trying to make as best time as I can here this morning. I'm gonna try to keep moving today. See how many miles I can put on the board. No idea what the terrain's gonna look like other than what's in the AT guide or in Gut Hook. So, hoping to have a good day. I think our choice as far as shelters go, now you're required to stay in the shelters in the Smoky Mountains. You're not allowed to camp anywhere in between because of bear activity. Although we haven't seen any bear sign whatsoever, it's still a requirement. So I think the first shelter is about 9 miles, if I'm not mistaken, from where we left this morning. And the second one I think is 15. I'd love to get that 15 in. But again, you just, with the icy and snowy areas, you just don't know how long it's going to take you to choose your steps carefully in between those areas. Just over 3 weeks in. How am I doing? Well, first, I'd like to mention my gear. I've been getting some questions about my gear in the comments, what kind of gear, everything like that. I'd like to invite you to check out my gear video series that covered everything that I was bringing along with me, including my gear explosion video. And that is exactly what I brought along. Every piece that was in the gear explosion video. I'm very happy with every piece of gear that I brought along. I'm going to mention a couple of things. One of my inflatable pillows has failed me. It's just leaking down slowly, and I really didn't expect them to last very long. Brought 2 of them along, and they're only like 2.5 ounces a piece. I paid like $5 a piece for them shipped to my house. And the one I was using to put between my knees when I sleep, so it's been leaking down. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm probably going to end up just using my puffy and stuff it into its own pouch and put that between my knees. Secondly, for those of you who have been following me for a while, I've mentioned some of the problems that have plagued me with my GoPro Hero 7 Black. That saga continues. I love the camera, but every day I got to fight and battle with it 6 times, pulling the battery out, resetting it. So if you're thinking about buying one of those, I would suggest going with another product, in all honesty. And Random, who has been hiking with us, he also has a GoPro Hero 7 Black, and he's been having some SIM card issues and some other issues, and he's switched over to his phone. So not sure how long this is gonna last. So again, as far as anything gear, I think you'll find all the answers in my gear video series. Just click on the video tab at the top of my YouTube page and it'll take you right to them. How am I doing? I'm doing great. And I just continue to feel blessed to be out here. I've had rickety knees, most of you know that, and they've actually been fantastic. I was beginning to think that at the end of the day, with the downhills, you know, my knees start to hurt, yes, but also everyone else's knees hurt as well. So I don't think I'm experiencing anything other than just the long days of hiking. And just like right now, you know, coming down this downhill, I'm only using one hand here with my trekking poles. So trekking poles are very important in braking, but I've really been trying to take it easy with that. So these have been great. I had one little incident in a hotel at Fontana Village. We got checked in. I picked up my resupply box, had my pack on my back, walked over, had like 5 steps to get down to get to an elevator. First step, it felt like I had a real problem with my left knee. So laid down for a little bit, just kind of worked it out, and everything's been great. So as far as I am concerned, I'm pleased to have lost a few pounds. I know there's going to be more coming off, so I'm really enjoying this Appalachian Trail diet plan. But I'm enjoying, so hopefully by the end. I've read several places where the average male will lose 40 pounds during this journey, and I think I'm well on my way to that. So body's getting a little lighter. That's going to help my knees as well. So, but I've been feeling great. I haven't taken a single ibuprofen since I've been out here, and I don't know if that's because in my daily life I experience a lot of aches and pains, and I've just learned to kind of endure that. But I do have ibuprofen, vitamin I as they call it out here, ready to go in case I need it. But personally, I'm a little shocked that I haven't taken any of that as well. So 3 weeks in, feeling great. My morale is excellent. And when you spend your days walking through beautiful forests like this, you know, it doesn't get any better than this. Tennessee, North Carolina state line, Newfound Gap. What a gorgeous trek about a Newfound Gap. Whew. Have another great view coming up here in a little while. I've always read where through hikers can smell out a non-through hiker a mile away. Well, this trail today, apparently the region is on spring break, and instead of fresh air, the only thing I smell on this trail is soap, deodorant, and perfume. It is completely true. I mean, I got people 100 yards ahead of me and I can smell them. I'm not kidding. Wait a minute. I'll bet they can smell me too. View from Charlie's Bunyan. Freaking beautiful day. Ran into a couple cool people out on the trail today. Coming up out of Newfound Gap, I ran into, I guess first and foremost, Park Ranger Nick. I saw him down in the parking lot, and he was ever so polite in asking to see my permit. And that is the second time my Smoky Mountain permit has been pulled since I've been out here. First was by a ridge runner. Oh, I can't remember his name. But regardless, had it pulled twice so far. Then I had some time on the uphill. Caught up to Park Ranger Nick, spent about an hour hiking with him. And he was pretty awesome. So we pull into a shelter, take a break, grab some water, And there is Oso from Oso Hikes. Nice to meet you, brother. Spent some time hiking with him today. So I'm going to throw their picture up on the screen. We had taken up a Charlie's Bunion. So a couple of very cool guys. And just trying to get some miles in here today. So things are still really up in the air. It's about, I guess about 3 o'clock right now. Extra hour daylight. And still just trying to figure out what I can get done today. As you can see, still, now these are just tiny patches of some ice and everything like that, which I'm going to go ahead and mention. Talked a little bit earlier about gear. And I guess one thing I wanted to mention is my cold weather gear, my sleep system has worked fantastically. And if you're going to consider coming out here in January, February, make sure, please, you have your affairs in order. We had a couple of really cold nights with some folks that were too focused on being ultralight. And the one particular night, one of the other thru hikers was showing the early stage of hypothermia. So they ended up in a really bad situation that night. But please, don't sacrifice your safety for weight. And since we're on the topic of safety, an item that I feel that I should have brought along, and I did not, considering how much ice I have been encountering over the past 24 hours. I should have brought micro spikes along or crampons, and I did not do that. And there I was thinking about sacrificing weight. I was able to pick through everything slowly, but I did slip a couple times, and the reality of that is it could have cost me my hike. So in the future, any January, February starters, just bring them along. If I had them, I definitely would have used them. It took me 4 times as long to get through certain sections because of the ice. And like I mentioned in one of my earlier episodes, we're all just one step away from going home. So I kind of regret not bringing those, and I feel I put my own safety at risk. So I tell it like it is when it comes to stuff like that. But I'm going to show you something here in just 1 second. Look at these incredible views that I've been enjoying all day long. Just amazing. Great Smoky Mountains, you have been so good to me, oh my goodness. But I know you got more in store for me. It's absolutely impossible to get any miles in when I have view after view after view, such as this. And we're back into the snow and ice. All right, everybody, finally made it to Tri-Corner Knob Shelter. Oh my, what a day. That's going to give me 20.6 miles, my longest hiking day ever. And if you include the extra half mile coming in from Mount Collins Shelter, that puts me over 21. And boy, I am feeling it. Full house here tonight. There's the shelter's full. We got tents outside, and a couple other vloggers here ran in a camper, ran in a screwball, some real nice guys, and of course I met Oso earlier today. So I'm gonna grab something to eat, roll my legs out. Holy cow. And I'm not sure how many miles I'm gonna shoot for tomorrow. Just finally happy to be here. It's been a very long day through the snow and the ice and everything like that. So I got to grab a bite to eat and get to bed. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and take care, everyone. Thanks for watching Wild on the Trail.